Therapists need therapists. Not only are we also human beings traversing this wild landscape that we call our world right now, but we also carry a lot of residual trauma from some of the work that we do. My name is Sierra Lesby. I'm a mental health therapist, and I have helped tons of people heal from years of trauma. Today, I want to share a few things, 5 things that I love about my therapist, or as we call fairy godmother therapist, the therapist to the therapist. Number one is that they provide me a safe space. I know that coming into my sessions, I can be totally honest. I know that they're not going to kink shame me. I know that they're not going to have some moral judgment of anything that I say or how I say it. I appreciate that. You'd be surprised how many people come into my space, my office, or my screen, and they tell me that they've been shamed by past therapists, that maybe they shared something sexual that they do with their partner or a fantasy that they have, and the therapist casts moral judgment on them. That this is not our place to spread our moral agenda. This is our place to feel supportive, supported, and be able to be honest. On the same token, number two is that I love that my therapist it's real with me. They'll call me out, if it's something like, Sierra, we could have done better, right? Or hey, we've been working on that. What skill could you have used, right? Or how could you have talked to yourself differently? I'm not getting away with anything in therapy, and I really appreciate that. They don't just validate me, right? They validate me when, yeah, I probably need some validation, but it's not just all, oh, yeah, Sierra, you did great. They're not just cheerleading me the whole time. I'm being challenged to change. And that's really important in therapy. That's what we want to do. We want to change. Number three is that my therapist notices my body language. They notice when my little brow gets browed or whatever you call this. They notice when I start to feel small or when I look away and start avoiding eye contact. They notice when I start shifting in my seat, maybe feeling a little uncomfortable in my body, and they are very curious about it. There's been so many times in therapy that I have to just remind my clients to breathe in a loving way. I'll say, "Are you breathing? Let's make sure your brain is getting oxygen so that you have the capacity to handle what we're talking about." Breathing is helpful. If you're stop breathing, it's no longer therapy, right? Oof. Let's see. Number four is that I love that my therapist shares big wins with me, right? Like, hey, I did a good job. I did that thing we were talking about. Woohoo! And we might do like a virtual high five or like a boop or something. And I really appreciate that. That goes a long way in me feeling like, okay, I'm progressing, I'm getting somewhere. Somebody else is noticing this. And last but definitely not least, my therapist is real. They are a human. They are authentic. They don't overshare. They don't tell me everything about their life, but I'm pretty like comfortable knowing kind of who they are and what they're coming to the table with. I think that's really important in this day and age in therapy to have some authenticity in therapy. I don't want a clean slate. If I wanted a clean slate, I would talk to a statue, right? I would talk to somebody who with a really dull personality. I need a therapist that like gets my humor, uses humor, understands, is able to sometimes even read through my humor and be like, oh, okay, is this deflection here? Right? I remind my clients all the time that humor is deflection of heart energy. It can be. So, yeah, are we joking about trauma? Let's be curious about that in a non judgmental way. I hope this helps.